What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of The Positive Pathway. Today I have a very special guest, Vernessa Chuah. Vernessa is the founder of Mindful Space, the parent and child physical platform in Singapore that curates parenting topics and family programs from experts around the world. Welcome to the show, Vernessa.
Hi.
Hello. So, Vernessa, please share a little bit about yourself and Mindful Space with the viewers.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. So I'm an educator and a mom, and I'm passionate to help parents with their parenting challenges at different stages, whether they're pregnant or have a newborn or 18 years old or planning to be a mother. That's a huge range, isn't it? And so how do I do it? I run a parent and child platform that curates parenting workshops, kids classes, and family programs from various experts and trainers around the world. We have three core pillars. The first is knowledge and skills for parents. We believe in order to support the child, we need to first support the parent, equipping them with the tools on how to handle different situations. Our signature is parenting workshops on our expert chat, so #expert-chat. Some of our previous topics, sibling rivalries, screen time management by occupational therapists, how to deal with fussy eaters by nutritionists, acupressure massage points for kids cough and cold by a TCM doctor, to parenting tips on how to center yourself when you're triggered, how to bring yourself back before you lose it, and relationship coaching for parents by somatic coach, because your child is observing how you communicate with your spouse and how to be more aligned with your spouse on your parenting approaches, your spiritual beliefs, and the values that you want to pass down to your children. So basically, you get the idea. We are always looking for organizations or experts to enrich parenting journeys from good to great. The best part of all, our #expert chat. All sessions are online and complimentary, so you can access anywhere. The second pillar is well-being for parents. We believe that parents' cup needs to be full first so they can run a longer mile for their family. At our studio, we have mindfulness sessions, sound therapy, somatic coaching, tension release exercises, and a lot more other self-care classes and workshops. The third pillar is bonding and learning. This is where we have kids area yoga, kids dance exercise, family yoga, parent and child martial arts, babies and mommies music and movement, family sensorial art and creative arts therapy, holiday camps, and a lot more so on. Because we are a platform that welcomes parent and child program that are aligned with our vision and values, we are able to curate and collaborate with a wide variety of partners.
Wow, fantastic. And I like the bit about children martial arts programs. That sounds interesting. Yeah. So what programs does Mindful Space run that contribute to parents and children staying positive?
I believe the first key to stay positive with your kids is to be connected with your child. Connection is not just physically, but more of emotionally and mentally. So sitting in front of a dining table and playing iPad, it's not connection. You are connecting with the gadget, but not the person. So to build that connection, you need to do activities together to bond, have conversations, or work in partnership to solve problems. So here in Mindful Space, when we create an activity, we think about the benefits that goes along with it. Hence, we have many parent and child activities together. Like I said before, family area, family yoga, family music and movement, family martial arts. Some classes have themes that we focus each month. For example, next month, we're having kids dance exercise and yoga combination together, where we learn to express emotions through movement, music and arts. How to build emotional resilience, cope with what we are feeling, and communicate in a positive way. Teaching our children it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to feel anxious or angry, but how do we express that emotions? How do we have an outlet for the emotions to come out as well? We also partner with affiliates that does outdoor family programs such as kayaking, cycling, and team building events. So these activities help to contribute to parent and child staying positive, respectful, and mindful as they get connected.
Wow, all of those activities sound wonderful. I know I love spending time with my children, so they sound fantastic. Now, on a personal front, Vernessa, what do you practice to stay positive? Do you have any rituals, exercise, visualizations, affirmations? And how do you deal with overcoming obstacles in life?
Wow. Okay. I will start with the obstacles first. For 6 years in a row now, I was wheeled in and out of the operation room. I had experienced 3 pregnancy loss, and I had 52 stitches in my hip. Let's just go to the more recent events. In 2016, I had an ear infection that attacked my hearing bones. So now I'm actually completely deaf in my right ear. Hence, I only listen with one ear now. So if you call me from the back, I have absolutely no idea where the direction is coming from. And I always need to strategize where I sit when I'm meeting people or social gathering, so I can hear from most people. So I'm always sitting at a corner. I can't sit in the center, or else I can't hear half of the table. My husband was initially very worried. I mean, who wouldn't? And I told him that it's okay, because this is what they call selective hearing. So when he snores, I can just flip my head on the pillow, and then it's just kind of a mute button, and the mute button switch on, and I can't hear him. I assured him that it was okay, because at least I can still talk, and which is a blessing. So that happened in 2016. The ear infection kind of ate up my hearing bones, and that's where there's a gap in the, if in our ear, there's the 3 loop of bones. And because there's a gap, when the sound travels, it cannot travel through the vibration of the bones to my cochlea. So that, happened to 2016. I was like, okay, it's past. But in late 2019, which is just last year in November, so we are in July now, so 8-9 months ago, this unwanted visitor appeared again. And this time it was very, very, very close. Basically right on top of my facial nerves. It was in a high danger zone. And this infection basically erodes my flesh, my nerves, and my bones. Basically, it just eats up whatever that it comes in contact with. And we need to remove it as soon as possible, because if we wait too long, it's scary what it'll eat up. And of course, we don't want it to go any further, eating up any further, or even go into my brain, because then it's a whole another story, complicated story. So when they open up the ear for surgery, basically it's a really messy electrical junction box. Wiring going everywhere. In this case, they are nerves, right? But it's not color coded, so they don't actually know what nerves is to where. And then on top of that, you have flesh and you have blood everywhere that comes with it. So it is a very messy scene. And to remove the infection, they need to cut through some of my nerves. So in 2016, when they cut through some of my nerves, it affected my taste and my smell as well, because ENT, ear, nose, throat, they're all connected. So this time the doctor did tell me, if the facial nerves are damaged during the surgery, I need to understand that there is nothing they can do to undo it. What that means is I can't control my facial nerves, my facial muscles, my speech, my blinking, my smile. I might be salivating. Even for a patient with stroke, they can rehabilitate because their nerves are still there. But in my case, if the nerve is gone, there's nothing they can do except for plastic surgery to kind of reanimate and manipulate my facial muscles. So of course, when I hear that news, as a mom of a toddler, it is very scary, right? I was wheeled into the surgery room, not knowing if I come out, whether I'll still be able to speak to my daughter. She's only 1.5 years old at that time. And, what if I can't speak to her or care for her, and on top of that, I will become an extra burden or even a dead weight for the family. So what I was extremely blessed is with a very, very supportive husband. So even on the day of surgery, I said, okay, just leave my daughter at home. It's okay. But he insisted that Elvana should come along to wheel me into the surgery room. So she knows how much strength her mom needed to go through this. In fact, they are the ones that gave me a lot of strength. Of course, the surgery is a success, and here am I talking with you with a smile. But here's the probability. In my whole lifetime, this is the probability game that I need to face. I have a 10% chance of reoccurrence in my lifetime. So how do I deal with this, right? I'll share with you some tips later on what I do on a daily basis to stay positive, because that's one of your key questions. Before that, I really, really want to thank my parents, because in my 20s, my dad gave me a book that titled "How to Marry the Right Guy." This is not something in Asia, for Asian parents to talk about openly. Yet my parents are always very open and supportive, and I must say that book really helped. Because I married a very caring and understanding husband who need to go through a lot with me, whether it's a loss of our babies, or supporting a wife that's, in and out for 6 years going through illness and recovery. And they say true colors come out in the time of crisis. So yeah. And how do I overcome all these obstacles? Okay, so here are my tips. First of all, find a very, very strong support group. My husband, my parents, and my close friends are, my supporting pillar, my strongest support group. I find this very, very helpful. Knowing what's my coping mechanism when I'm stressed. So I like to speak it out. I like to let my emotions out. I'm a big crybaby, and I'm not even afraid to acknowledge that. So having a strong support group helps because it gives me a safe space to talk and express myself. So the key is this: to select your support group wisely. There are friends who have very good intentions and they would really like to help, but they're not sure how. Okay, and sometimes because they cannot relate to what we are experiencing, they don't know how to comfort us. Some of the comments they give might be insensitive and makes us a bit worse off, actually. It can be quite unhelpful for the scenario. Not because they want to make you feel that way, it's because they don't have the knowledge and skills. So giving you a good example, when I had my pregnancy loss, people are giving comments, oh, maybe because you're always doing too much things, or you're always so busy, you carry heavy things, you climb the staircase, or maybe because the food you eat. When you go to the gynae and they tell you you have a pregnancy loss, they would not ask you what you have eaten or what did you do to cause it, because they know the science behind it is usually chromosome abnormalities, and that happens to 20%. 1 in every 5 pregnancy. And that's quite huge, but you realize not a lot of women actually speak about it because it's quite a taboo topic. It's something that we are ashamed of. There's a lot of guilt in us. It's because we feel that we did something to cause it. So you realize these people around you, they might not have the knowledge or understanding of the science behind why pregnancy loss happens, the cause and effect, and not just the hearsay from someone somewhere. So the key is to know they have good intentions. At the same time, they don't know how to help you. So you need to move away to find support group that can be more helpful. You need to know how to distinguish who are your support group in different contexts or scenarios. You don't have to have a large support group, okay? It can be just maybe 1 or 2 person, but you need to have quality support group. That's important. Whether internally, people around you, or maybe if you need to go externally to seek help from a therapist or coach. Okay, find someone who have a chemistry with you, that you feel your values are aligned. So secondly, that was first, finding the strong support group. So secondly is working on yourself. So when help is available, you are ready to pull yourself back up. You know, there is only so much someone can help you if you yourself are unwilling to take that step yourself. I'm not asking you to move on in everything that you face, but asking you to move forward. There are a lot of incidents that, you know, when we think about it, we will still might want to provide ourselves a space to feel sad about it, and that's okay. But moving one step at a time and moving one step forward. So if you don't do anything and just stand still, and the people around you try to walk with you, they'll end up dragging you. And what's going to happen is they're going to feel really tired of your dead weight and might eventually let go, because you're also drowning them with your emotions and your helplessness. So that's very important to also work on yourself at the same time that you find help, so that you can go progress forward together. So for me, how do I work on myself? Yoga, mindfulness practice helps me to calm down, being a bit more attuned to my thoughts and my emotions. So when my emotions are managed, I have a bit more clarity. It's much easier to be and stay positive when you have a bit more clarity. And to have that clarity, you need to have the knowledge. We always say knowledge is power. So equipping myself with the facts and positive vibes from books, documentaries, videos that can make me have more informed decisions and practice my positive self-talk. You know, if I feel challenged or stuck, this is what I'll do. I'll ask myself, you know, what's the worst case scenario in this, okay? Whether I can accept it. If yes, then it's not so bad because I can accept it. If no, what can I do about it? You know, if there's nothing I can do about it, if it's beyond my control, then just leave it, you know, just leave it to fate or the universe, you know, because there's really no point worrying. It's beyond our internal locus of control. If yes, I can do something about it, what is it? And am I willing to go and do it? It's like a tree diagram, right? Everything is a probability. You know, there are choices, yes, no, what I can do. So when you feel that you have choices, you feel more empowered because you can make decisions and choose the path you want to take. You know, just like my infection, I know in my whole lifetime, I have a 10% chance of reoccurrence. So what I can do is eat healthy, sleep well, take care of my health, and go for regular checkups. You know, if I've done my part and the rest is just really live life happy and, you know, leave it to fate, because instead of keep worrying every day, I might as well enjoy the present moment I have with my family and the people around me. So to summarize, it's important to know what my coping mechanism is when I'm stressed. You know, everybody will have stress, you know, whether it's work, family, relationship, or something else. It's inevitable. So once I can identify my problem, I will bolster my support group. Internal, external help. How do I get help? What is it that I need now? Is it answers? Is it clarity? Can I find these answers from books or videos, coach or therapists or experts that I can talk to? And lastly, what I'll do is I will visualize. I'll visualize what I want to achieve and then set my, you know, my sail to that direction. You know, if that's what I want, go ahead, set my sail that direction. Yeah.
Fantastic. I really love your proactive strategies. In fact, they were all wonderful bits of advice. I really relate to the, what's the worst case scenario? My mother used to tell me that every time, because I was I used to worry about things all the time. And she'd say, what's the worst case scenario? think of that. It's probably not that bad anyway.
Yes, yes. Sometimes you think about it and say, oh, I can actually accept that. So, then don't need to worry so much about it then.
Yeah, it was very helpful. Now,
Yes.
do you have any new programs or projects coming up at Mindful Space?
Oh, always, always. Because we are a platform that curates, right? So every month we have a new topic for our expert chat. So in July, we will be having, so that's in 2 weeks' time, we will be having relationship coaching by internationally recognized somatic bodywork and coach, Madeline and Mark, a couple of 42 years together. Yeah, how to be more aligned with your spouse in your conversations, in your parenting approach, how to have difficult conversations together. And sometimes your spouse might choose not to talk about it, walk away, or be very defensive and try to justify a lot. Or they also can be overly accommodating. So what are the different techniques that we can use, right? We also have by Helena Rose Day in August, learn how your childhood shaped how you parent and what you can do to rewire it. We have kids dance exercise and yoga combo coming up next month, and kids area coming up back at the studio as well. We are also sharing our studio space with those whose values are aligned with us and needs a space. So for example, therapists, coach, counselors, yoga practitioners, dancers, basically people who also need to do online recording for their classes, because we have a soundproof room with acoustic diffusers, sound panels.
Wow, I could use one of those.
Yeah. And we have a production team who can help to shoot and edit videos as well. So that's what's coming up for Mindful Space. But in addition to that, on my own upcoming personal project, I have a strong calling to do this, and it's to help women who has been through pregnancy loss or who are currently going through it and really need support because of my own experience, having been through it myself. Yeah, so for more information, visit mindfulspace.com.sg. That's where you can get our contacts, the events of what we have, or you can email me, Vernessa, at connect@mindfulspace.com.sg. Yeah, thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Vernessa, and I'll put both of those links in the description so people can find them in the description. Thank you so much for being on the show today, Vernessa. I really enjoyed everything you shared today, and I'm sure the viewers will get a lot out of everything as well.
Thank you, Stuart, for inviting me.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. I'm very grateful.
Me too. I'm very grateful that I can share these insights with the people.
And I'm sure they loved it. I did. So that's all for the show today, folks. If you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. And remember, respect one another. Respect. Bye for now.